It's two people in this world I'll leave alone because I don't want to take that ass from. It's old people and gays, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Old people and gays.
Yo, gay people got hands, bro.
Because I don't want to be the nigga that get beat up by a gay dude.
Especially when you had hair.
Yeah.
Especially when
you
you
see
had
what I'm
hair.
saying?
Yeah.
Imagine getting your hair pulled by a gay dude.
A nigga that got nails, bro? Come on now. I got my ass whooped by a nigga that got nails? Come on now. That's crazy.
A flamboyant dude named DeMarcus. Just hitting your just beating your ass.
Wearing heels and got a beard and he whooped your ass.
And a colorful wig.
It's a bad combination. That's a crazy combination.
Then he pick his purse up when he's done.
What's that nigga name that be hanging out with Young Miami? What's her name?
Oh, he actually from CT.
Yeah.
Really?
He from Bridgeport.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, you talking about,
Salty Santana.
Yeah.
Imagine you get beat up by Salty Santana. How would you feel as a man after that?
And he looked like he got that strength.
Yeah, Salty looked like he could fight. I ain't gonna
looked
lie.
like it, too.
He looked like he
niggas
can.
alone, bro.
Word.
Let him walk.
That's a fact.
Let him walk.
Just because you think you tough, there's always somebody tougher.
But I'm not even going to hold you. I respect a Saucy Santana because he's unapologetic.
He carry himself the way he carry himself.
That's what I'm saying. I respect
and that's why he hold his own the way he needs to hold his own. That's what you have to, because at the end of the day, niggas gonna check you just because of how you carry yourself.
Straight
and
up.
It's one of those things.
Straight up.
Fuck that. But that's also how you have to choose how you carry yourself if you don't want to run into certain things that you're not built for.
Right.
Know yourself, bro. Don't be mad when you get in situations and you want to be the victim. I hate that.
Yeah, because it's like with the Drake situation where it's like you suing for defamation when you on record talking crazy.
Wait on.
Coasting. All my niggas, we coasting. High grade, we smoking. On the highway, we rolling. Cracking bottle, we toasting.
Welcome to Weed and Whiskey Podcast, the best motherfucking podcast coming straight from Connecticut. You already fucking know we only do the greatest of fucking great personalities. I've been thinking about how to introduce this person the whole fucking time, and to be honest with you, one of the first times I drew a blank, but it's okay because we have motherfuckers who are playmakers, motherfuckers who make the sound that we love, people who keep the game alive, people who actually love to study it and actually teach it to other people as well too. Mm-hmm. He is a student of the game, behind scenes, on scenes. He actually wants to help push the culture to be the best at it could possibly be at all times. We got producer KelC in the fucking building. Please give it up and welcome him, dog. I'm gonna actually look forward to this conversation because it already started really good.
Yes, sir.
Where were you going with this? The defamation lawsuit. It's
like, you can't throw a stone and hide your hand type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Because, Kendrick warned him, was like, listen, keep it. Let's just keep it at this level. Don't talk about the family or the kids. And he blatantly crossed the line and, he took it to hell. So the way he took it, I respect it.
I just see it as, all right, this nigga might be just like, you know what? I lost. Let's let the shit burn.
Right. We're here now. Let me just
let it,
fuck
even
it.
if I benefit, I don't give a fuck. Let's
let
it all burn.
Right.
Let's let it all burn. Because you know what? At the end of the day, and I'm like I said before, I'm not the biggest Drake fan or whatever like that. Right. But at the end of the day, I think he would probably be more straight than most people without the benefit of the label.
Oh, I mean, bro, let's just call it for what it is. If there's anyone,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely. If there's anyone that's going to go up against the label at this level, it will only be him.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because he's the poster boy when it comes to this streaming.
Yep. Yeah.
Like, bro, I feel like they shorted him when they gave him $400. Of
course they did.
They want
That's because they didn't want to pay him what they really wanted to pay him.
Yeah.
Listen, he made them billions of dollars. So on that side of things, I respect him. Go get your money, bro. Mm-hmm. You put in the work.
They treated him like an NCAA basketball player.
Oh God. Listen, man.
Bro, all right. I want to talk music. But I also kind of want to say this because I don't know if this story is true. How true the story is.
Yeah.
There was either a basketball player, I believe, in NCAA who now, because they made the playoffs, is requesting more money.
Oh yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. And his pops is the one that was like trying to get him to get more money,
to hold out for more money, right?
Okay.
And now, I never watched the NCAA because they didn't pay players. But also, bro, stop squandering your opportunities because you're just a kid. You can also capitalize on your education. That's up to you to do that.
Right.
And you're getting the opportunity to play the sport that you love, to become a professional at it.
Right.
I mean, LeVar Ball did it.
LeVar Ball did it, but LeVar Ball didn't do it that way.
I understand that.
He did it the way where you take your child and create a brand around your child.
I understand that.
He is taking the opportunity of getting a scholarship and getting paid from a school and then requesting more money just because you made something, because you went further, something that you would have done anyway.
To be honest with you.
Yeah, right.
And it's not in your contract
I get that,
for that.
But I like playmakers, move changers.
Yeah.
And that's a move changer.
Yeah.
Because say things do go his way. Bro, that changed the game.
That's a fact.
It does.
That changed the fucking game.
Yeah.
That's like having a lawsuit against the NRA, bro. Like, that's something that it just opens up a new lane and new conversations. Because now you can go about how you actually pay these people or compensate players without, without having to seem like you're incentivizing them for your own benefit.
I guess I never looked at it that way.
So even if you win or lose, I love that he's willing to take that chance.
Yeah.
Bro, most of the things that we get in life is because somebody took that fucking chance.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
Good whiskey.
That's real.
It is good. So that's why I stopped knocking a lot of shit, bro, because the world needs to fucking change. Society needs change, my nigga.
Sure does.
And it's not the niggas saying society needs change that's gonna change it.
Yeah.
It's the niggas who's doing shit like that.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact.
The shit that makes people talk.
Right.
It's bringing attention.
Bring awareness.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I get it.
I get what you're saying.
I get it, bro. But win or lose,
Mm-hmm.
he has an opportunity regardless.
I get it.
Because I get what you're saying. Because then that could spark the idea for the person who will eventually make the change and really make something happen.
Or now the next person who can actually fight it properly, be like, oh, we can put all of this together now and actually push it like this.
And it does incentivize like players to win.
Right.
Because it's like now it is like the pros where, all right, now if we do get into the playoffs, it is extra money for us.
Yeah,
it does.
They make a lot of money, bro.
I just see it as
kids playing.
And they're going to put the price up on things anyway, either way, because they know it's a demand for it.
Right.
I just think they need to use these dollars wisely.
Mm-hmm.
So colleges already made billions of dollars off of student athletes, right?
Right.
Now, instead of keep putting the money in individuals' hands, now you have an opportunity to make these individuals help others as the pros will do eventually.
Right.
And now also, you don't have a rich 18-year-old rookie in the NBA who has all of this fucking money who don't know what to do with it. He already started having big money in a controlled manner.
Right.
That is true, too.
You know?
Right.
You're prepping them financially. Now you're actually prepping them for real life.
Yeah, yeah.
Bro.
Okay.
So again, I love this.
Right.
I love people who's just not afraid to be the face of the jokes, of the negativity, of the bad comments, because that's what comes with change. Yeah. People don't like it at first. We hate it. We talk about how you're stupid, you're dumb, and then you make a wave.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're all behind you. What Kanye say? When you're running by yourself down the street, you look stupid. But when everybody's doing it together, it's a fucking marathon.
I mean, people do jog individually, but
I know, but
right.
But if somebody's running down in the middle of the street, bro,
I get what you're saying.
You look at them like, what are you doing? Not just on the sidewalk just in the street, like it's a marathon. If somebody's running a marathon by themselves, you don't consider it a marathon.
It becomes contagious because, right, you like you said, the one person running down the street, you look at them, you're like, all right, where are they going? Like, whatever, where are they going?
Yes.
But then when you see a whole bunch of people, you're gonna wonder, all right, no, what? I'm gonna come run. I'm gonna be right there next to that line.
I'm gonna run with y'all.
It's like a mental thing. It's like a psychology thing.
Or you just be like, you know what? I never thought about that.
Right.
That's a freeing thought.
Yeah.
Let me free myself too.
You know what it's like when there's a fight too. Like when somebody fight, you see one person look, and then just become like a big old crowd.
Yeah. High school.
That's social media though.
Yeah.
That's social media
Exactly.
digitally.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
It's crowdsourcing, crowd hyping, whatever that shit is.
And the hype be sharing amongst your friends, sharing it. It spreads like, you know what I'm saying? You look at the comments, I always say like the internet is where the comments is where the internet lives, bro.
Without the comments, the internet wouldn't be the internet.
Oh my God.
It's not the clip. The content is half of it.
You see some of the funniest people on earth, and then you see why the earth is the way it is in a bad way.
Oh, come on, man.
It makes sense. Like, things make sense.
Yeah. It'd be like, okay, I get it.
I get it.
We got people like this? Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
You're the one supporting all of that?
Yeah. All right.
Never mind.
1 + 1 = 2.
Let me hold my mouth. Let me hold my thoughts.
You know what's the wildest thing about it, though?
Comments is crazy,
bro. You don't know. They know for a fact there's like Russian fucking agencies that just leave comments on pages.
Oh yeah.
I've been hearing that.
You can 3D print masks.
There's no for a fact that they people make AI bots to make bad comments.
Let me fuck y'all up real quick.
We don't know what it is.
Let me fuck you up real quick. That just reminded me. I went to the museum the other day, right?
Okay.
Nigga, there's a section in there. It was the AI section, and it had a little thing that showed us faces of people that don't exist. Think about that.
It's like, what the fuck is
AI can create faces of people who don't exist.
So my man, right? Shout out to my man Nick. He showed me a profile of someone who's not real.
Yeah.
But gave their biography. It sounds like a real person.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, wait a minute. They're got to be getting this information from the algorithms of what real people choose.
Yes.
To then see patterns.
Yes.
Yeah.
To then where they could create something like that. And it was so scary because he's like, yo, this is not even a real person. But if you read this, it sounds like you may know this person.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So the junk is scary, bro. Like, even when I hop in my Explore page, I'll be talking something about my wife, have a subject talking to my wife, and then it pops up in my feed. I'm like, wait.
Yep.
Like, is this phone listening to what I'm saying?
You want to make this
like
scary,
specific things?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, what?
Oh yeah.
Why? What? It's scary, bro.
Nah, let's make this scarier now, right? Remember we talked about when we learned that most people don't have an inner monologue.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
So I learned off TikTok in the comments that it's now considered a mental illness to actually have an inner thought, those inner thoughts.
Oh, see, you gotta chill.
So now it goes back to the thought of how many NPCs are really there if these niggas don't have inner monologue. Now it goes back to the thing that if AI can fucking create people that don't exist.
Oh God, help.
What does that mean for the real
world?
world?
How do you create a person that doesn't exist? It's like a contradiction.
It don't exist.
It doesn't exist.
But
it's
now,
there.
But now.
What if that person borns?
All right, now, but think about it this way, right?
Yo,
you
that's
take that.
What if that person borns, bro?
You take that algorithm and you put it into a body.
That's my point of an NPC.
We got these robots.
That's my point of an NPC.
But is that not real?
But isn't that why they don't have an inner monologue? That's my point. The reason they don't have an inner monologue is because they're not real. They were artificial intelligence that was placed inside a physical vessel.
That's scary.
Okay, all right. So listen,
and we're going around having regular human experiences with these pins.
Yo, I'm telling you, man, these smartphones are too smart, bro.
For their own good.
You know what? If anything,
because I got too high.
If anything, if there's anybody that I believe is AI, is a person that eats pizza with a knife and fork.
Who's that?
A person that eats pizza with a knife and fork. I seen it the other day. Bugged me out.
That seemed like a simulation. All right, that was a fun conversation.
Yeah. That was great.
That was a fun conversation. Let's get into some music. Go ahead, kick it
All right, so I kind of always wanted to know this, right? Because like I said before, Mark is my cousin, so he makes beats, right? And it's
shout out to Mark.
It's kind of a thing that I don't understand. Where do you get it from? Does it come out the cloud? Like, what the fuck makes you think of a sound?
I mean,
like, yeah, how could you keep making original beats continuously?
Yeah.
I think it involves your foundation on how it involves your foundation, meaning like when you're first born, I say from 0 to 5 years old, your mind is at a state where it could be molded in such a way. That's why they say your foundation, I mean, your childhood is so important. That's your foundation of your entire life. So it could be certain things you may get into that will set you on that path, whatever it may be, for your entire life. So for me, before I was born, in my mother's belly, like my pops was playing, because back in the day they had the loud systems and stuff like that. So while my mom was pregnant, he would play these joints. I'm pretty sure I was absorbing it before I was born. Yeah. So, and it continued on after that. So, you know, from 0 to 16, because 16, that's when I finally got my equipment. Bro, my database is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not realizing I'm studying these albums, but yet really enjoying what I'm hearing, to the point where it's like, I want to do this for myself. So it's like, I could always just, the foundation was just so A1, bro, with this music. You know what I'm saying? And I just hope people could see that with my efforts, whether it's me doing the Overlord radio show, me being so passionate about it. Like, yo, this music's been in me forever, man. So
it is pulled out of thin air.
Well, not really. No, it
comes from another dimension.
It comes from your environment. It comes from the environment. You know, my dad put me on to, you know, hip hop early.
All right, so speaking of things coming from your environment, because that is a question that I had on here. Like, environment, yeah. You know how was it Havoc that made the beat with the stove, right? Was it Havoc or the other dude in Mobb Deep? I can't remember.
Could have been Havoc. Yeah, he's the only one I know.
The Ticks, right?
Yeah.
Do you have a beat like that came from something you never thought about? Like, you just a sound that you heard?
Oh, I actually have a beat where it sounds like, it probably be like a hi-hat, but it's like water. So it's wasn't from water, but it was a sound that was in the keyboard that was like water, and I used that in a beat, and it sounded dope.
Actually, let me piggyback off that question. What is the weirdest sound you've actually used in a beat?
Like a static electricity sound. I put that in a beat.
How did you create that? Like artificially or?
It was artificial. It was on my shout out Propeller Head. They got the illest sounds in the world. But it was on one of their keyboards that I was just experimenting, and it sounded like electricity. And I was like, yo, that sound dope for like a battle beat. Like, it really sound like a freaking malfunctioning machine that's about to blow up. And I was like, oh, let me take that.
Ooh. Have anybody ever hopped on that beat?
Someone bought that beat, but they bought it as an exclusive.
So they have all rights to it.
Correct, but they never dropped it. They never released it. I gave them the stems and everything. It's about 6 years ago, before the pandemic.
Oh, and damn.
It's just sitting there.
How does that make you feel as a producer? When you have like a beat that you love, and you give it away, not give it away, like you sell it or whatever, but nothing gets done with it.
Bittersweet, because I did get paid for it.
Exactly. So okay.
But if he never decided to do anything, that's his choice. It's his,
Yeah.
So at that point, when I make that transaction, I already kind of detached my emotions from it type of thing. So I don't really feel no way. Once he bought it, I knew that's his. He could freaking take it apart,
change it up, whatever. Yeah. Oh, that's what the stems is for. Okay.
Correct. Okay. So once that transaction happened, I already detached myself. So I don't feel no way.
No more.
It ain't my beat no more. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So on the flip side of that, they do something on it.
Yeah.
But you don't like it.
Oh, that's a good. I feel some type of way about it because my name is on it. My name is.
Regardless if you got paid for the beat or not.
I will feel some type of way about that.
Now. Fuck.
Yeah. Right. Because then at that point you will want them, whoever's listening, to say like, "Well, at least that beat is fire." But not everyone is like that.
I mean, that's what
they'll just say the song is trash.
But that's what we're saying now.
Sure.
Isn't that what we're saying about music today? Oh, that be fire.
Right.
He ain't saying shit, man.
Right.
Without that fucking beat, that song wouldn't be shit.
Yeah. So fact.
The beat not 50% of the song, it's more like 75 of the fucking song, nigga.
Sometimes it be like that,
So, all right, so how does one go from like just making beats, right, to getting paid for beats?
There's several ways to answer that. Now, do you want to know how I felt they did it back then, or how you will go about that now?
We gotta do it now.
Now, okay.
You gotta do it now.
Now it's a little bit tougher because you have to have. It takes luck. It takes you having
just talked about that
skill
Luck is the first thing. Skill's not even first.
Has to be the first.
Yeah, luck is the first thing, and I'm realizing that more and more. Without luck, nigga, skill means shit.
You need some type of luck.
Yes,
but luck equals opportunity.
I was just about to say
opportunity plus preparation equals luck. You have a greater chance of something lucky happening to you.
Yes,
if you're prepared for it
and doing the work.
Not even.
And you need an opportunity.
Know the right people.
Yeah. Relationships.
That is the biggest thing. I think that's luck more than anything. Because that's when you get the one phone call, the guy, you mean like, oh, you're probably the only person I know that could do this.
Correct. Yeah. It's a big thing on
that's how directors and stuff get chosen from, and actors get chosen for movies and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. He said, she said.
And you want to know something too? Like when you be breaking down people's origin stories on how they started, you be surprised. So I believe when it came down to Nas, like Nas was cool with Large Pro, but if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on this, Nas was going out with, I think, Large Pro's sister, or there was some type of interrelationship that connected them.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's almost like a gang.
It's
like
6 degrees of separation.
Yes. So the relationship probably is the number one thing that's going to get you paid. Talent is probably the last thing.
Yes.
You know, you don't.
Because that's why jobs train you. That's why jobs train you for positions.
Right.
Everything else is a job.
Mm-hmm.
That's no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get somewhere, it is a job at that point. Once there's a title attached to it, it's a job.
Yeah, because making a beat now with whole thing with AI, anyone could do that. There's dudes I know that are dumb nice, but they don't have the connection. They don't know the right people, and they're not given the right opportunities. You know, I feel now producers, you're able to get a setup for like $500, everything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Back then, you know, I'm talking probably over 20 years ago, you had to really, or even more than that. I say in the 90s, MPC was like $2,000, $2,500.
It wasn't that easy access.
It wasn't that easy access. So you kind of could separate the real and the fake back then, but now it's so easily accessible. You know, anyone could become a producer, but what separates those guys to the guys that are making it is they're in those rooms, they have the right relationships and the right investors, and people believe in them. The right people believe in them.
Because there's a lot of people who can start doing something yesterday and they already have a team, as opposed to somebody who's been doing it for 5 years.
They got people invested in them. They have people invested in them that's paying for certain things.
And begging them to start it.
Correct. Knowing that, all right, when this pop off, I'm going to get my
return.
My return on it.
Real
so
shit.
Investors, all that, bro.
All right, so what's your DAW of choice?
Reason.
That was weird.
Propeller head. Shout out to Propeller
Has it
head.
always been Reason?
Always. Well, I started an MPC as a hardware, and shout out my man Steve Chillin. He was hearing my keyboard beats, and he was just like, nah, bro, you got to get a DAW. You got to get onto this laptop. And I was like, what program should I get? And he said, Reason. So if he would have told me Fruity Loops, if he would have told me Ableton, I would have went with that, because that's
the mentor.
my man.
That was the mentor at the time.
Yeah, shout out Steve, yo.
Word. So you had a producer mentor, pretty much. You had mentorship when it comes to the game.
Yeah. Steve Chinnan would definitely be my first mentor. Starting out, because he was there when I first was making beats, and he was like, yo, you got something. But then he was just seeing that my beats was stagnant and I wasn't being more creative. So he was just like, you know, go to Reason. And then I stuck with Reason for I'm still on Reason now. But then my next mentor, shout out Sean J. Period. He's my mentor now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's more than that to me. He's an amazing human being. For those that aren't familiar, I mean, Ultramagnetic from Mos Def he produced. He did 2 tracks off the Black Star album with Talib. Like, he's a legend in the game for sure. You know,
so that's great to have as a mentor.
Facts. I met Just Blaze through him. Like,
what was that like?
I never forget. It was over in the Meat Pack District, and Just Blaze was doing a party. I think Toka Tuesdays with Tony Touch. He had a little venue over there, and that was the first time I was out, like, in the scene a little bit, in green behind my ears, and I was seeing Drew the Damager come through, and I was just like, oh snap, dude's like a legend. So he it'd be tough trying to get to guys like that because everyone's trying to get to him, trying to say something. So when the opportunity came, Jess was on the turntables and he saw Sean and his eyes lit up and then he introduced us and I was just like, wow, like, Just Blaze, man. Freaking
monumental.
What should I say? Yeah, that was a highlight for sure. Yeah, my favorite Just Blaze beat is You Don't Know. Hove Blueprint.
Oh yeah,
that's my favorite.
That's legendary.
Yeah.
So. All right, before we get off the topic real quick, so since Reason is your dog of choice, what's a must-have plugin?
I'll be honest, I'm not really hip to the plugins like that. I'm not really hip.
So you super traditional.
I gotta get on that wave because a lot,
plugins be changing the fucking game, nigga.
Yeah. I be getting ideas from my friends, but I don't really have like a plugin of choice. I get the sample, I chop it up, and cause really what I'm known for is my programming on my drums. Like people like how I mess with my drums. You know what I'm saying? It ain't really the plugins on the chords. That's why, shout out my sloppy loops. I got a pack out there. You could go cop that. And I sell drum loops and stuff like that because that's what people like from me. Yeah. Really. So, not that I can't do the other stuff. That's your specialty. Exactly.
That's a question I had too. Why? What made you want to start that?
Just cause I was shout out to Illmind. Like Illmind was doing drum packs. Cardiac Flatline was doing drum packs. I just saw it as a great way to collab with other producers, and it could be a little revenue stream too. But yeah, it was definitely my way of trying to collab with other producers for sure. Okay. And people really liked my drums, so I figure, all right, let me just pull out sell a pack and get guys to mess with them. Yeah.
Do you have a moment where it was like, all right, this is why I love doing this shit? I would say it's a Just Blaze moment.
Yeah, I was gonna say
no. That wasn't. That was dope, but that wasn't
cherry on top of it.
So when you ask the question, you mean like
it can be
like what made you really fall in love with the choice you made?
Not even. Where it was a reminder. It was like you're stuck in the grind.
Okay.
And it's like, oh shit, this is why I'm doing this.
Okay.
Oh, it's as simple as me up late, early, 3 a.m. before going into work, making a beat, tired, bro. Yeah. And I am able to make something fire, and it gives me the energy. Because at 3 o'clock, I got to go into work at 6.
Yeah, you drained.
So, right. Yeah. So, when I'm able to do that, that's it. That when I get that, that's why it's like, that's why I love this. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't making no bread off this right now. Keep it a buck with you. You know what I'm saying?
Trust me, we know.
We
know the grind.
The grind is crazy.
It's the love.
Right. Love. When I'm able to come up with something ill at 3 o'clock in the morning, when I'm tired, when I could go to sleep, that's it. That's it for me.
Like, this is why I put all this time in.
Yeah,
for this moment right here.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's always a temporary moment.
Yeah.
It's never something that's like, even when you make it, in my opinion as well too, as you get to different levels, it gets normal.
Yeah.
So it's like when something that takes you out of that normalcy is like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's that drive right there. That's that motivation right there. That's a great feeling right there.
Yeah. And I'm just trying to keep it at that level because I know once, things start to pop off and money get involved and I'm able to meet this person, that you kind of get lost in the sauce. And I want to always keep that, that humbleness, that what I'm saying?
Love.
Keep the love there. Cause I feel once money gets involved, things start getting funny. You know what I'm saying?
My biggest thing is with this is when it gets big is like how will I change? We all change.
Yeah, how would you?
Or your environment changes you.
Or do you become more the same?
That's the shit they say. It doesn't change you. It makes you
more who you are.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. It's gonna make me revert back to how I was because I wouldn't feel the need to hustle and grind. I can focus on being myself.
Right.
And finding me.
Right.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Or it can change to where it's like, oh, I did it, so let's keep going.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's what switches on. So it's like, oh, I actually did it. Oh, damn, let's keep doing this.
Let's keep doing this.
I can't go back. I can't go back to what the fuck I was doing.
That's right.
That'd be a lot of people's mindset. It's like, oh, I did.
That'd be your motivation.
I'm scared to go back.
That's when they get lost.
Yeah.
That's when you get lost because you continue like, I can't go back to where it was. So now you're willing to do anything to stay there.
Correct.
Yeah,
that's when you're like, okay, that's not me.
Right.
That's when you got to have morals. That's when you have strong morals.
There you go. Right. Integrity.
You can't be afraid to lose. You can't be afraid to lose things around you to keep yourself. Like, that's going to always be the biggest thing. Because the minute you lose yourself, it don't matter what you have around you.
Absolutely. And then you got to be careful on who's around you, why they're around you, and what's their motive.
Exactly. How they benefit from that, and is it beneficial to you?
Correct. That's why I try to be transparent now so that down the line you don't get surprises. I mean, life could throw you a curveball. I think
life always throw you a curveball.
You know what I'm saying? So you just got to, whoever you rocking with music or even just in life. Just be transparent. Put it on the table, you know what I'm saying? And because everything has a honeymoon phase. Like, everyone gets excited. Oh, just because you're new, you know what I'm saying? Like, anything new, people are excited about. But once things start going along, things change.
Yep. Once the house starts settling.
There you go.
It should make noise.
So, but yeah.
That's definitely facts right there.
So, all right. So, boom. Speaking of, like, unsettling things. You ever have an artist try to haggle you for a beat and they show up or something with nice chain on and shit like that and pocket full of money?
Nah.
People pay the price you put?
I tell them the price and they go away. You know what I'm saying? Like, oftentimes dudes would say, yo, I want that joint. I'm going to pay you. I'm going to do it. And they never come through. It's so annoying because it's like, bro, if you don't have it, it's fine.
Yeah.
Just come, you know my line. You can hit me up. Don't keep telling me you're gonna do this and not do it.
That's what I hate. I hate that pump fake.
I get that. I get that.
Like now, it's honestly it hurts you. It hits you because it's like, why would you get my hopes up even that little bit?
Yeah.
Why would you give me the image of you buying it, bro?
I'm used to it now. That's why it's like when somebody come, in the DM and try to hit me up, I just be like, all right. Just let me know I'm here. I don't get my hopes up no more.
We'll see. I love telling people no because they always come back once they see who's buying the beat.
That's a fact.
They always come back once they're like, oh, that person bought it?
That's a fact.
I could have had a beat from that person? Oh.
Yeah.
They're gonna realize their stupidity.
Yeah.
That's why I don't quit on dreams because I need to shit on the people that try to shit on me.
Yeah.
Like that's my own personal vendetta when it comes to that shit because I don't like people telling me I can't do something or people making me feel like I need them to get somewhere. No, nigga.
Well, you know what they say, revenge is the best revenge. No, success is the best revenge. It sure is.
It really is. Because it's like now you be like, my way made it. What yours do? That's what I'm trying to prove out in here.
Yeah.
All right. Question. Is a beat ever finished?
No.
Oh, God.
You got to cut it off. It's never.
You got to cut yourself off.
You got to cut, right. You got to know when to stop.
When do you know when to stop? And when do you be like, all right, the beat's, the beat can be public now?
That's a good question. I mean, I feel like once I have, the sample or whatever melody and I'm able to have a bridge or a change up here and there and a nice bass line with the drums, that's pretty much it. Like, you don't really need much for it to be fire, you know? And you don't want to try to overthink it too, because, oftentimes, I do the Overlord radio show. I listen to a beat and I'd be like, yo, this junk was dope, but he overdid it. He didn't have to add all this other stuff, because sometimes less is more.
Most times.
Most times. Exactly. Most times less is more.
Yes.
So having that in my mind, that makes me, okay, this is enough. That's it. Because then you could always add during post-production with the artist want to do something else to it.
You have the room to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you didn't fill up every gap.
Exactly.
Because there's only so much you can fit in a bar.
Right. Because you start adding too much stuff, then there's no room for the artist.
Yeah.
So you want to kind of leave it open. I always have that in my mind because, when I was doing the beat battles and stuff, I would load my joints up for that reason of people being excited and stuff like that. But for an artist, I try to, keep it open.
Different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, keep it open.
Do you When you listen to like regular music, like on the radio or whatever, how do you listen to it as a producer, or do you try to erase that producer mindset and just listen to music?
You can never erase that mindset.
I never could. I love music.
When you put the work in to become where you're at, you can never erase that. You see everything from that eye.
It's always there, but I love music, so it could be a joint that I like a lot, and I'm in the car with my son or daughter, and I just do a silly dance. Like, I don't take it that serious. I'm not the guy. You know the meme where the guy's in the corner like this? You know what I'm saying? I'm never that guy. Like, it's not that serious. Music is always fun to listen to.
Okay.
You know,
So what's your favorite genre to produce for?
It'll definitely be hip hop, but I like R&B. I like R&B a lot because I'm able to make music to like emotions that I really like feel. You know what I'm saying? And
you like your music to touch people.
Absolutely. And I love hearing singers on it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really coming from like a real emotion. Yeah. Like if I feel a certain way, I'm gonna put it down. So yeah.
My fault.
Go ahead. Yep.
That was a question I had too. Like, so you can draw a sound out of your emotions?
Yes.
Not figuratively speaking, but absolutely. Like I think that's my talent. I think that's what makes me that I'm able. That's my gift to where how I feel inside. If I'm feeling sad or I'm feeling happy, I could find a sample that matches that and put it down and lace it with the drums. I think that's what makes me great, you know, in that way.
That's what makes you special.
And then I'm studying other producers on, okay, when I hear this, I feel this. Yo, let me explain. And this, shout out Arsonist from Heatmakers. He said this and it stuck with me. With this music, we're selling an emotion.
Yes.
It's nothing tangible. It's not like you're selling a t-shirt or a CD or something. We're selling emotion. That's why, you know, we could go in this way, go in this direction. Like, sex sells. That's an emotion you're selling.
Mm-hmm.
It's a feeling.
It's a feeling.
Mm-hmm. Right. It's the same thing with music.
You want to make it feel tangible.
Right.
Or connected to tangible things.
So when you're selling feelings, that's going to be like one of the top things that sell. And then, okay, with technology too, you know, that's another thing. But with music, it's like music is greater than religion, bro. Like you're selling a shared emotion amongst, like, you know what I'm saying?
Music connects the world.
Yeah.
It literally connects the world because you're connecting the world through vibrations.
People that don't speak your language can start to speak.
That's my point.
Yes.
So
Usher had a hit song and where do they speak Dutch?
Right.
Yeah, whatever. You get it.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you get it. And the funny thing is, your song be the only English they know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That be the dopest part about it.
But it's just it's just that human
it's
emotion.
How connected they feel to it. Like, imagine somebody feel that connected to your song that they learn a whole nother language just to sing your fucking song.
That's deep.
Nigga, people cry at when they show up at you. Like, that's why I say, this is why performances mean so much to me, bro.
I actually had a beat battle one time. I played a beat. I collabed with my man Deli Got Beats. One of the judges started crying when they heard the beat. I swear to God. She started crying. She was just like, yo, that, no words on it. Just the way the chords. I mean, me personally, I think it's one of the best beats I've ever collabed on. Shout out Deli Got Beats. We had collabed on that. And it was a Marvin Gaye sample. Ooh. And she was just in tears, bro. And I understood.
Because that was the purpose of the beat.
I understood it, yeah. So
with that being said, what's your favorite sample flip?
That I've done? Man, I'm not really that I've done. I did a Michael Jackson sample flip one time, long time ago. And it was like on a Dipset. No, excuse me. It wasn't Michael Jackson. It was Janis Joplin. Ooh. And I flipped her voice because her voice is so like raspy, and I sped it up, and it was during the time like when Dipset beats was, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. It was like that. Man, if I could find that beat,
you have to bring that one back to life.
Yeah, that was my favorite flip. It was Janis Joplin sample. Yeah, her voice is so crazy.
Okay, question.
Did I have a fucking question? I did have a question. Now you made.
We're gonna play some games real quick.
Play some games.
Want to play some games? Want to play some games?
Yeah, I'm here for it.
Let's play some games. Let's play like a this or that game. All right. So I'm gonna just name 2 things, and you have to pick which one.
Okay.
All right. We're gonna keep it producer.
Yeah.
FL Studio versus Ableton. Good
FL.
thing I didn't pick this one because I'm glad Reason's your favorite. But if you have to choose between, I said FL.
FL, yeah. I'll choose FL.
All right. Why?
Cause that's when FL, I just have fond memories of guys who I was looking at when they were making beats. When I wasn't making them, they were making them on FL.
FL's like the classic.
The classic.
The OG. FL's the OG. Most people who started beats don't start with Reason. They start with FL.
Yeah, that's a fact. So I'll choose FL all day. Ableton, I hear good things about it, but I don't have an emotional connection with it. Yeah.
All right. Samples versus original melodies.
Darn it. I'm gonna go with samples.
Samples?
Because if there was no sample, you wouldn't have hip hop.
Okay.
Period.
And honestly, samples is thriving hip hop right now. Like hip hop is thriving on samples right now.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Always
it is a
have.
game.
Always have.
Collab on a beat or a solo cookup?
I say collab. Collab.
You like the different ideas and different perspectives?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You can move it around better. It's like you kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Cause see, if somebody's on it, they could play for someone over here. I could play for someone over there, and depending on where it could land, you know what I'm saying? It could be 2 places at once, technically.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into some people real quick. Metro Boomin versus Hit Boy.
Hit Boy.
Hit Boy. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that one.
Hit Boy. Yeah.
Kanye versus Pharrell.
Kanye.
Ooh. Okay.
Yep.
Timbaland versus Just Blaze.
Timbaland. Timbaland. Yeah. Timbo. Yeah, okay. Timbo.
Timbaland's a fucking goat when it comes to that shit.
Yeah.
All right, and then one last one I have for this Ninth Wonder versus Alchemist.
Oh God.
I took every single one of them. I swear, that's all I had.
Dang, bro.
Oh, that's the tough one right there.
Cause I gotta take into account what Al is doing for the past 8 years. This guy is on a primo run, bro.
Yeah, he is right now. He's
on a
crazy.
freaking primo run. I'm gonna go with Al.
Okay.
But see, Knife, Little Brother, Minstrel Show, that's one of the greatest hip hop albums of all time to me. That's like top 10 for me.
Really?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
So
in the end, though, Alchemist is gonna come out on top.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. Like the stuff he did with Boldy, James, Griselda.
I'm not gonna even lie, bro. This shit he got with 2 Chainz and
I didn't even hear that. Is it dope? Is it dope? The joint he did with Larry June.
Fire, bro. Yeah,
the one with the he got the car on the his whole album he did with Larry June was super dope. I forgot what it was called. I'm sorry.
All right. So with that being said, now top 5 favorite producers of all time.
Okay. Dre's 1. Kanye 2. RZA 3. Dilla. I say Dilla at 4. And 5. I'm sorry, gotta think. Who I said? I said Dre, Kanye, RZA, Dilla. Who will be 5? And this is personal.
Yeah.
This is personal.
Yeah.
I mean, because I could have put Timbo in there, but that's like no like personal attachment. Dang. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You know what? Came easy.
I'm gonna put Exile.
Exile? Ooh.
Personal.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my top 5.
All right.
I put Exile up there.
All right, let's build a dream team, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for your dream team, who's on the drums?
Drums. Me.
Oh, okay. Easy.
Straight up.
Who's doing the melodies?
No
budget or access.
Melodies. Whew, I have Dallas Austin.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a okay. Dallas Austin on the melody.
Who doing the hook?
Meaning like the artist or artist. Okay. Who would I have on the hook? Dallas Austin on the melody. It have to be a singer. I probably have Dang, bro. I'm sorry.
No, take your time. This is your dream team.
Melody. A hook. Could I do? I'll put like a D'Angelo or Erykah Badu on the hook. Yeah.
A little bit of old school and some new school.
Cause Dallas, he's not really known for like neo soul like that, but his
voice,
his catalog is out of control.
Crazy, yeah, it is.
It's out of control. So that would be a challenge. But yeah, I put like a Erykah Badu or D'Angelo on the hook. Yeah.
And what other artists would you feature on this, if any?
A feature?
Mm-hmm.
I probably have like a Black Thought.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then who's mixing and mastering it?
The engineer. That's important.
Oh yeah.
Engineering, they're the glue.
We're gonna put all of that together.
Yeah. That's a tough one because it's R&B and it's hip hop. So
you need somebody who's gonna mesh that well.
Yeah. You know what? I have Dre engineer it.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's a power team.
Yeah.
That's a good power team.
I have Dre engineer it, not do everything else, drums, everything, because he could get it to a clean record.
Right. Finish it. He'll finish it
and make it warm too.
Ooh. Okay.
You know. Yeah.
Any wild cards you throw in there at any positions?
Probably throw Pharrell in there. He could do an ad lib or something. Yeah.
Okay.
I try to make that interesting.
Nah, that's actually very interesting.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
That's like a nice little feel right there.
Yeah.
So the drums will be the base and the foundation of the entire thing, pretty much.
Right.
Okay.
And I'll be on the drums.
What feel would you go for?
Field or feel?
Yeah. What feel? Because your beats is all about intentions and feels.
Mm-hmm. It'll definitely be something soulful, something. How should I say? Like
the neo soul wave.
Yeah, like a neo soul type of feel.
Okay.
Like the Roots or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
That's like intergenerational.
Correct. Or Lauryn Hill, Miseducated.
Ooh.
That type of feel.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Because now you have room to have fun.
Yeah.
And also get deep at the same time.
Yeah, that's one of those that's one of those albums I actually cried at. One of those songs I literally cried as a kid because it just made me feel a certain way.
I feel like nowadays I'm still hearing those songs for the first time. Ever.
Bro, she made that album's like a human accomplishment.
Yeah.
Like that's not even some music.
I'm mad she don't own that music, yo.
Wow, no, that's a whole nother story. But yeah. That's a whole nother story.
Yeah, because all right, that was a good dream team real quick.
Yeah.
Which artist do you feel like had some of the most misunfortunate careers?
That's
because I definitely think Lauryn is one of them.
Lauryn is
definitely one of them.
But I don't think that's as bad because she's able to perform that and still make some type of money. She may not get the residual she deserves.
And I heard she can't perform the whole songs.
She can't perform the whole songs?
That's what I heard.
Really?
She can only perform part of the songs. I don't know how true that is. Because she don't have the ownership, she can only perform part of the songs that she can't perform.
That's terrible. I didn't hear that, but...
So, I said, I don't know how true it is, but that's just a rumor I heard. So even if that's true, that sucks.
That sucks.
You can't even give people the full experience.
I mean, yo, the industry is wicked, bro.
Yeah, nigga.
The industry is real wicked to the point where I heard somebody's voice is owned by someone else. Your actual voice.
So if you use it anywhere else, that's for them.
Yeah. It's like it's that's listen. I just think of it like this. Think of slavery, right? And master. What terms is being used? Like, get your masters. Yeah. That ain't just come out the sky, bro.
Because your master's your ownership.
That's your ownership.
Yep.
It's all this industry is like slavery in certain ways.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
In certain ways. A lot of ways.
You see the glitz and the glamour and stuff, but when you look at that black and white, you know what they say, the devil's in the details, man. That's why you got to get a lawyer.
Bro, it's crazy real. That
under all perpetuity.
That's one. Yeah, people say that, but there's more than that.
No, that's their favorite one to fucking use about that.
Niggas like record deals so much, but don't realize it's just a loan.
100%. 100%.
And a terrible loan.
And niggas don't realize that they fully become a product.
Yeah, literally.
Like you're literally.
I'm selling you this, but you
are the physical product of your songs.
Yep.
And if you are not contributing and giving back to that to return, it's just a liability at that point.
Yep.
And because they own you, they can do whatever they want to get their money back.
Yeah, it's wicked. Just gotta be careful.
Or just decide you don't want to do nothing because you're lost.
Yep.
Or they can do what they did with
write it off.
Who had that song? Club Going Up on a Tuesday.
I Love McConan.
Yes,
that song was fire.
He had an unfortunate career as well too. Drake did him dirty.
Yeah,
Drake did him super dirty.
I think I do remember that.
Nigga promised they signed him.
He said he came
promised him a whole remix on that shit.
Yeah,
and then he thought because if he stopped making music, he would be able to outlast his contract. But he don't realize whatever he makes falls under the contract. So the only thing to do is to not make music.
It's wicked.
Yeah.
Wicked stuff.
Very bad career, nigga. But there's a lot of people that goes that we don't talk about because
Unsung. You ever seen that show Unsung?
Yes.
Yeah. It's fucked up too.
Yes. Sad stuff.
Real dirty.
You look at the DeBarges. You look at I think who else? Luther Vandross had a
Jamaican lady, Nancy, Sister Nancy.
Yeah. Yes.
She's just not getting money from her music.
Yes, you're right.
Think about how
the lady that just died in a car accident.
Angie Stone.
Yes. Hers too.
Bro, she's like literally a pioneer in hip hop. I did not know that.
Yeah, me neither. I just learned that too.
So sad finding that out. I'm like,
and she's been fighting for her shit for so fucking long, bro.
That is so bro.
It's crazy because that's like Prince.
Oh yeah.
Like how you died the minute you start getting your share.
It's crazy.
Like years later.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah, it's the way shit.
Isn't it sad that you're worth more dead than you are alive?
Yeah, that's a terrible.
That's a horrible way of looking at life.
Horrible. Yeah, it's like you know what they say. You get your flowers while you still smell them, man. Because
I mean, it's not. It just makes sense, honestly. It does make. What do you mean?
It went from being horrible, like, it makes sense.
It does make sense. There are no more.
Yeah.
It can never be produced again. So if you have an autograph from that person, nobody else is ever going to get another autograph from that person ever again.
Yeah.
Because they're dead.
Yeah.
So now...
I mean, it makes sense. I don't mean it's right.
You all worth more dead than alive.
It makes sense. That don't mean it's right.
It's not, you didn't say that.
Right.
We said doesn't make sense. It's terrible. You said it's terrible, but it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So it's not that terrible if it makes sense.
It makes sense because we, as a people who are alive, appreciate people more when they're dead. That's just the
you'll never get them again.
I'm so sorry. I'm looking at your wall here. You got these stickers. I like that. Seek therapy, not pussy. I like that. Yeah. That's dope.
Nah, shout out to Splash for that one.
That's real. That's real.
Mental health is everything.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. Don't make pussy therapeutic. Because you'll get lost in it.
Yeah.
You will get lost in it. And there's some bad pussy out here and want to get lost in bad pussy.
Right.
You don't want to be 21 all over again. We're too old to be 21 again, bro. That too.
A walking zombie, not know it.
Dating is not the same. So if y'all niggas is out here dating, be cautious and love your life. And don't love Poom Poom more than your life. because
it's different.
You will get yourself in some shit that you can't undo and get yourself out of.
Yeah.
And you be only 21 sometimes, bro. You barely lived anything.
Yeah. You gotta choose wisely, bro. You gotta choose wisely.
As a dad, do you have any a message for anybody?
As a dad.
Yeah.
As a dad.
As a dad. Because I can't give dad messages.
Just try to love on your kids, man, as much as you can, because life is so, it could be fickle, you know. You just don't know. And that's what in general, but I feel like also too, when they get older, they're becoming their own selves. You know what I'm saying?
Let them be to that. Yeah, you gotta have to understand.
You have to understand, right? They're gonna grow into their own human beings and make their own decisions. And
you might not agree with it all the time.
You may not agree, and you just want to make sure that foundation of them when they're little is there. You give them the attention and make sure they're loved and all that stuff. That's so important. Not the material stuff, but being there where you having conversations and they're listening to what you're saying and you're listening to what they're saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, yeah, you gotta be careful. You gotta be real cautious with that. Cause you don't want the trauma. You don't want to pass down your own trauma onto them, because that becomes generational.
Yeah.
And I feel like that word gets thrown around, but I don't think people understand how deep that is.
And how simple. For real. And how simple.
Yeah. How simple you could get in a cycle,
especially
and
in 2025, because these kids, even if they're your kids, they soft.
Not even.
Most of these kids are soft, bro. They are.
Yes and no.
I was gonna say no.
Physically, yes. Physically, yes. They're softer than we was. They get sick so easily. Bro, they touch a doorknob, they sick by tomorrow.
Yeah, back then people was eating dirt.
Yeah,
nigga, we were strong.
We were drinking waters out of streams and shit like that.
Yeah. Back then people were eating dirt.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's my point as well too. Yeah. Like, there's physically it's softer. They can't go through some of this shit that we went through as kids.
Yeah.
And honestly,
but that's how you will want it. Not that they're soft, but things are better than they were back then.
It's not a matter.
You know what I'm saying?
To me, it wasn't a matter of better or different, nigga. That was life. You go. It was
like, pretty bad back then.
Not honestly for me. I had a wonderful childhood. Mm-hmm. I loved my childhood. Even with all the bad that came with it, bro. I loved my childhood because I had a fucking childhood.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's a fact.
I had a fucking. That's what I mean. That's the fucking process, nigga.
Right.
It's not always the specifics, but you're out there doing something dumb to learn. All right, nigga, that's dumb.
Yeah.
You know, to be with your friends and grow up, nigga. You remember that dumb shit that we did? Mm-hmm. That's part of the fucking process.
Yeah.
Kids don't have that process no more because the things that they're doing, they will get together and watch other people play games and talk about it with each other, bro.
Yeah, that shit's insane to me.
I'm gonna mess y'all up real quick because I was talking to my man about this. Do you know that the next set of people that are gonna live within our relative time period is going to be in the next 1,000 years? This is what I mean. So say we're born in the 90s and 80s and we approached the new millennium. So we were able to see the internet,
the change,
before the change.
With the bridge, where the gap.
There's no one in history
that's going to see the origination of this shit.
We are the last of a dying breed. Literally. The next time, numerically, the next time that will happen will be when you're
2999.
You get what I'm saying? Like 2900.
But I had a thought on piggyback off that.
Yeah.
I had a thought and I was like, we're literally in the point of seeing how things is not going to be in the next couple of years. Change is literally in the process of happening right now.
That's what he's saying. Like, it's like,
that's the
we are like the last people
and we're seeing
the change.
We're literally, and a lot of people
and
don't
it will never be the same.
It will never be the fucking same.
That's insane when you think about it.
Like, we probably might be the first generation, the only generation to see the origination of flying cars.
And also remember cars on the ground.
No, and also remember them.
And that too. Like remember having.
For me, I actually taking a horse. I rode a horse before to go as a transportation. So
really,
yeah, I grew up in Jamaica.
Oh, fire!
Yeah, so
that's what's up.
I actually used the horse for transportation. So I'll be going from horse to flying car.
When did you come over to the U.S.?
The year after 9/11, 2002.
Oh, so you were probably like 10?
9.
9? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was a for y'all, I see a bigger transition because I'm coming from in a sense, third world country.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm seeing a bigger transition from y'all. I'm coming farther than y'all niggas.
Jamaica's beautiful too.
It is.
That's where my wife's family's from. She's Jamaican. So
so you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So we see
country.
things that a lot of people didn't get to experience, and we're the same age.
That's a fact.
Real shit.
That is mad different.
We're the same age, and we've experienced things that you can look and be like, what, nigga, you did that?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, nigga, I went bird hunting.
That's ill.
Yeah, little things like that. When I used to hop on the back of cars to get on the way home from school. You gotta duck down so they don't see you because they.
Wow.
Hell yeah, nigga. When you get out of school, you don't reach home 2 hours later when it's raining because you're outside playing with your friends.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't play in the rain up here because it gets you sick. That's one of the first things I was told up here. Don't play in the rain up here because that's the rain that gets you sick. Nigga, in Jamaica, when it's raining, nigga, all our shoes are off.
Yeah.
Shirts off. We're running around, nigga. We're soaking wet, but we're not running inside. Nigga.
Yeah, because it's mad hot out there.
It's warm. So
It's hot.
I climbed trees growing up. I didn't wear shoes when I was a kid for a while. I only wore shoes when it was going to somewhere nice, a special occasion. So it's like my way of living was different.
Yeah.
Y'all niggas, I breathe different air than y'all breathe.
Yeah.
Nigga, you breathe in our air now.
Right.
But I can remember what the air that was before.
It don't
this.
matter. Right now, you got this toxic ass Connecticut air.
Right.
Shit terrible. High tax there.
You know what's sad though that you can actually smell the change in air when you go in different places.
You damn right. Yeah,
that's a fact. Like when you go up to Maine, I'm sure it's crisp. Or
go to Canada.
As
soon as you cross the border, I promise you.
Yeah. I've been up there.
Like it's weird. Mm-hmm. Like it's literally
it's
weird.
Cleaner.
Bro.
Yeah.
As soon like you be at the border in the United States, you be at the border, right? Mm-hmm. But as soon as you get past that shit, nigga,
there's a whole nother.
The sky's different.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's just different, bro.
People different.
Yes, yo. And it's like, I didn't even take a plane to get here.
Yeah.
Shout out to the tax free out there.
I love Canada.
I love Canada, man.
Mm-hmm.
I love Canada for my own special reasons.
Yeah, my wife got family up there.
She's Jamaican.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
She got family in England too.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, that's a guarantee.
He's funny. Yeah.
That's a guarantee.
This guy is great.
I know how it is. New York, England,
Canada,
Florida.
Yep.
Hartford.
Yep. Hartford is actually one of the biggest Jamaican populations
it's like top
in the country.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why do you think Jamaican artists have to come to Hartford?
Yeah. Right.
Fun fact real quick.
Yeah.
When Idonia come here, he actually just fry fish in the backyard. Like he just be chilling at somebody's house. Yeah. He just be frying fish in a pot in the backyard.
Look
like
at that.
In Jamaica.
Wow.
Yeah.
I seen a video of him doing that. Dead ass.
Wow.
So he comes up here. He just be in somebody's backyard.
Chilling
with his peoples. Before the show.
Word.
Just frying fish, smoking spliffs and whatnot.
How you feel about? I'm not really into like the Jamaican music like that, but me seeing her and about Vibes Cartel performing and all that, I was thinking like, dude is never coming out of jail. So how you feel about that? Like he's out.
I'm just happy that he's out.
Yeah,
honestly, because it's just for the culture.
Yeah,
for the fucking culture. Like nigga,
it's legendary.
It's know how it's like you said, bro. We as a generation get to relive a cartel era.
Okay.
We that never thought we got to see it. This is different.
We saw him rise to be the greatest dancehall artist ever.
Yes. We didn't care what he did.
Yeah.
Nobody cared what he did, bro.
Yeah. I heard it was something crazy too.
It's wild.
It don't matter.
People say he chopped up bodies and all of that.
Who cares?
Nobody cares.
I think it's crazy.
Yeah, the family cares, of course. Yeah, of course, the people close to them, of course they care. But the fans, nobody cares.
Wow.
You think we were happy when he was giving us music in jail?
Yeah, I peeped that too.
Nigga, he gave us to me personally, he gave me heartbreak music that I was able to use for my actual heartbreak at one of them times.
Yeah.
And did you find out he was recording on an iPhone and underneath a mattress?
With a mattress? Yes. Yes, when the guard's not going by.
Like
that's deep.
That's part of what makes him so fucking great.
Legendary.
He's legend, bro.
It's literally he's literally the best dance hall artist ever.
He's a walking legend.
Really?
He's a walking legend.
Like, there's not a comparison to anybody else. Like, you can ask your wife to say this to your wife, ask her, like, is Vibes Cartel the best dance hall artist ever? She's gonna say yes.
I'm gonna ask her.
She's gonna say yes.
She would know.
Nigga.
She's going. There's not much denial unless you're older. then you might go like, oh, Beanie Man or something.
Yeah, like the 90s one.
Yeah, stubborn.
But yeah,
otherwise, no.
But I think even Beanie Man and all of them, Beanie Man just still stubborn himself too. But a lot of people know, nigga, right here, Vibes is one of the most influential. He made bleaching cool in a country that was against bleaching
and tattoos.
Wow. And
hated tattoos
and oral sex.
Yes, he made all of this. Yo,
he may have songs called Freaky One Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3.
Where girls talk about girls sucking dick.
Yes.
And that was not really like...
Really? You know Jamaicans are taboo for that. Right. That's a taboo thing. Wow. Nigga, the girls now are proud of how well they can suck dick now. Jamaican girls. They will brag about it now, nigga. Jamaican men don't feel shame about talking about eating pum pum now either.
I remember that was the thing. Like, nah,
they
would
shoot you, nigga, if they tell a Jamaican nigga he eat pussy, even if it's true. He'll kill you right there if he could.
Wow,
now
crazy.
Niggas be like, yeah man, dog, yeah man, that's what me keep the girl them, dog. I mean, she love that, dog. Me, I suck the crotches, dog. Suck it like oxtail bone, dog.
That's funny.
I've actually heard a Jamaican say that.
I've
actually heard a Jamaican say that.
I believe it.
I believe it.
So,
with that being said, Vybz Kartel is literally the best dancehall artist ever.
He changed the culture, bro.
Yeah, so that's how you can sell the Barclays.
Why do you think nobody cares about what he did? Why do you think you don't know what he did?
I heard a brief,
but it like.
But I hear
how?
Yeah.
How do you know as a producer? Don't know him as a producer, right? And he can sell the Barclays 2 days in a row,
bro.
That's how you know his impact is insane.
Yeah.
He became actually one of the most followed dancehall artists on TikTok less than a year of him being released.
Wow.
He just got out last year.
Exactly. And within that year of him being released, he became like the top 3 or top 5 most followed dancehall artists.
Look at that.
On TikTok, bro.
That
nigga went in jail before TikTok.
Right. Exactly. He
went in jail before TikTok. We were watching this nigga on his whole recovery journey.
Mm-hmm.
We're in tune.
Yep.
Regardless of the fact that we made jokes and memes shows how impactful.
I have a question. You think social media is a gift or a curse to society?
Both. Now the question is it more beneficial or is it more harmful?
That's right.
I think now it's more harmful.
Okay.
It wouldn't have been if we kept the disconnect alive.
Meaning,
if we kept the moral standards of maybe family, being outside as kids,
okay,
trusting each other a little bit more,
then
I think it would have been more beneficial. But now I think we've come to an age where
we're past the threshold.
It's past the threshold of that being reality, even though it's not reality.
Yeah.
So people allow it to control every aspect of their life. Even though you can just turn it off and it doesn't exist anymore.
That's so deep. It's just ingrained in us.
It's our way of life.
It's our, like the scroll. Oh my God.
It's insane.
So did you ever watch that documentary on Netflix that talked about how they psychologically go about programming notifications for it to be addictive?
I believe
there's developers that they want that when you feel that vibration in your pocket, the first thing that comes to your mind is, I need to see what that is. That is psychological tactics that they put into development into the.
Why do you think like buttons are blue?
Excuse me?
Why do you think like buttons are blue?
Why?
I don't know.
That's an addictive color they get. When you see something light up in blue, bro, that's why you have a blue light filter on your phone.
Oh, you're getting deep.
That's why you have a blue light filter. So when you turn that shit off, it takes your mind. Blue lights, when that shit's on your phone, it fucks you up.
You think it's just like a psychological
warfare?
It's
all psychological.
We're already in World War III.
It's all psychological.
We're in it?
It's just not what we thought it was. It's just not guns and bombs and missiles and tanks.
What do you think it is?
Chinese fucking with us.
2 types. That too, but it's 2 types. We're going through chemical and biological. And now we're going through actual
psychological.
Yes.
Divisive country.
That's the warfare we're at right now. Because now it's an internal warfare. They were able to bring the fight within us. Where they know we don't have to cross borders to fight each other. We're fighting ourselves.
That's deep.
And to the point we start fighting each other for them.
And they need to just creep on and go, hey, We'll take this.
And just make the rules and law. That's it.
We'll take this.
It's pillaging and plundering.
It's it's the most you know what the craziest part about it is? It's what this country has done for so many years.
Yes, correct. They just found a new way to make it beneficial for them, to make them work less. Mm-hmm. That's literally it.
You destroy the people. You fuck up the people. You might give them diseases or fuck their education.
I mean,
the education system sucks.
What we did, they just made everybody fucking fat and lazy.
Well, I often say, like, when you build a house or a mansion, right, and you build the foundation and it's nothing but sand, that mansion's gonna come down. Mm-hmm. Like, this country was built from slavery, like built from free labor. That is what made the U.S. the grand empire that it is now, because all them years of free labor, not having to pay for the, you know what I'm saying?
And don't right those wrongs.
And don't right.
I have a controversial statement for that.
What's up?
I don't believe history is correct, and it tells us exactly what really happened. I feel like black people were more favorites than we give them credit for. Because why the fuck did the nigga who owned Ford at the time had to do so much to kill and the black car manufacturer that was out competing him at the time?
They actually switched to going to buses.
Yes, because Ford, I forgot what he did.
Nah, he was just It was the times, bro. Nobody was supporting no black man with a car manufacturer. The only people he had to sell to was black people. And what fucked him up?
No, that's what Cadillac did.
No.
Cadillac hired black people on their board. And that's what got them black people to support them. Yeah, but there was a black car manufacturer at the time.
I know. You know why I know? Because that was going to be, I have something on that.
Oh.
So, yeah, I know. I know.
We can go there longer. Anybody have any closing words?
I don't know. Drink more water.
Okay, it's over there. Can I get it?
Ain't nothing to y'all. Y'all keep doing y'all thing, but no, drink more water.
If you want to drink your water too. I'll drink some water. I'll take some advice right away, right?
Try to become more pure. You know, we're filled with toxins, whether it's mentally, physically. You know, we put it all in our bodies, but I think water is life.
I think you should drink more coconut water than water. Personally.
Coconut water is dope too.
It's better than water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. Coconut water is better.
I'm sorry, that was kind of.
It's okay.
No, that's great.
I date a
that's
vegan,
great.
so this is my life outside of this.
I got one for you now.
I just had a fruit plate today, and it was amazing. I had a pink pineapple.
Drink
today.
vegan water.
Yes.
Drink vegan water? Okay.
Yes. Yeah, but I had a pink pineapple today, bro.
Yeah?
A pink pineapple.
That sounds good.
Oh, my God. It was so fucking sweet. It was so sweet. I ate too much.
Oh,
my God. My closing words is, don't raise a soft child. Raise an alpha. Try your best. And if you don't succeed, at least you tried. Just because you raise an alpha don't mean they turn into an alpha.
and here you go. And it does make sense that you are worth more dead than alive. Where can they follow you?
Because I know we'll definitely... Yo, if we die, bro...
Hey, stop.
If.
Hey, wait.
Whoa.
When, first of all. Then...
No, I didn't want to say when on the die part. I said if.
It's going to be someday.
Yeah, but I didn't want to...
Just hopefully it's valuable.
At least to the people that's left behind and love
they're
us.
like, oh shit! Well, let's hope
hopefully the people we left behind.
I know they're gonna love me anyway.
Use the money from this to bury us.
I kind of want to be. I know they're gonna love me. I know they're gonna miss me, but let the world do it too.
Correct. Yeah.
I want a big funeral.
Yeah, let's have it.
Kanye said my funeral have to last like what, a week?
Where they having Chris Brown concert out here?
Let
me have my shit over here.
Yeah, I want my funeral to last a week. I need
funny.
everybody who I ever had an impact on to be able to speak at my funeral, and there's no cap on how long they speak. If they want to speak for 3 hours, they can, because you have a week of my funeral.
If you openly hate me, you can go front row.
And my funeral have to be streamed on every local channel for a week straight.
Just troll while I'm dead. That's it.
Listen,
all my haters in the front row, so everybody looking at me.
Listen, man, we don't ask to be born, and we don't know when to die, so we got to make the best of it.
Fact.
Ooh, I love that. Can you let them know where to follow you?
Follow me at KEL_C1000 on Instagram. Yeah, I'm working. Shout out to World MC. We got a cypher going on, series going on right now. Every Tuesday for this year, we dropping a freestyle. So yeah, tune in for that. But yeah, shout out to you guys. Thanks for having me pull up.
No, this is fun.
This is fire.
This is fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
this
you gotta. You gotta be a face out there a little bit more.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. No doubt. I'll come back. You in my this is where my stomping grounds right here. So.
Yeah. I mean, we know. You graduated from the same high.
Real talk. I'm dead serious.
So you in our
nigga. Mm-hmm. So just know anytime you need anything from us, we family. So don't hesitate to reach out. We pop up. We do some shit. If you want anybody to link up and you want some media there, we locked in.
Fire.
So that?
We good.
You already know. Keep being great. Keep being amazing. Yes, sir. You already know, man. Shit. And follow us, WNW Podcast everywhere, or Weed and Whiskey Podcast. Just type it in wherever you search.
Just follow us. And you already know the fuck to follow us.
Matter of fact, somebody's already following.
Yeah, matter of fact, just go do the shit so we can get paid for the shit like this nigga get paid for beats.
Because when we win, y'all win.
We need to do this.
Just come on. We ain't like everybody else out there.
Yeah, no.
Come on.
We have 9 to 5s. I'm sorry to keep going, but y'all gotta support us. Y'all gotta support us.